Hello, guys.
Hello, people of the interwebs.
Wow, that sounded like our age. Um, and welcome to Behind the Archives.
Oh, this is behind? Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on. I gotta change the background. Hold on.
yes,
Hold
yes.
on.
Okay. Some slight technical
I am
difficulties.
dumb and I forgot it's the last week of the goddamn month.
I know, it's crazy.
Where is it?
Also, officially exactly 2 months until my birthday.
Yay, birthday!
I'm so stressed. I don't know why. There's just too much going on in my life.
Where the fuck is it? Oh, what? I don't know where it went.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, anyway, continue while I do this really quick.
Um, okay. So hi guys, it's Behind the Archives. Today's topic is spring cleaning, aka things that we want to leave behind in the winter and what we want to bring into the spring and summer and the rest of the year. Um, so it's kind of like a New Year's resolution, but a little bit more spring cleany. It's a little bit more about what we want to leave behind
hmm
and more about what we want to do going forward. Um, Honestly, it's been a nightmare week. So if I'm low energy, I apologize. Um, but um, yeah. So excuse me. I also haven't drank any water today, so I'm trying to get my water in before midnight. So if I'm burping a lot, I also don't apologize.
No apologies.
Not.
I'm
Excuse me.
almost there. I'm almost done.
However, I will always say excuse me when I burp because I just have manners.
There we
Because
go.
I'm
Okay,
a
we're good.
lady. Because I'm a lady.
Because I'm a lady.
Lady. Um, So yeah, guys, it's gonna be the usual. It's gonna be a nice little mental health check-in. It's gonna be the topic. It might be a little bit of us bullshitting towards the end if we run out of things to talk about. You know the drill at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know the drill. And if you don't know the drill, welcome to the drill.
Get used to said drill.
Get used to the drill. Enjoy the drill. Somehow this is starting to turn into something that's not meant to be. Okay, anyways, moving along. Um Also, for anybody who celebrates, tomorrow is Easter, so happy Easter. Get that out of
Yeah.
the way. Um, I'm not religious, but I
It's
celebrate Easter.
it's also apparently National hold on. National Trans Appreciation Day?
Is it?
Hold on.
Shit.
Let me make sure before I
Open your
Yes.
mouth.
Yes.
National Trans
Tomorrow is
Appreciation.
also, yeah, National Trans Appreciation Day.
Got you. Um, well, okay. Well, um, also, um, happy International Transgender Day of Visibility apparently is the long version of that. Um, I looked it up. Um, to all those who fall under that lovely little umbrella.
We
Um,
appreciate you.
we appreciate you completely. So yeah, per usual, making me go first
Oh
because
my
ooh
fucking god.
boy, this week is a doozy for me too. So
Okay,
buckle
okay.
in, guys. Just buckle in.
Fucking Christ. Okay, so
Yeah, mood, mood.
nothing really happens Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Nothing happens. It's all calm.
Yeah, I read. That's all I
Yes.
did. Um Thursday. Fucking
Mhm.
Thursday. Okay, so I get added to a fucking chat for some reason because this isn't my program, right? It's my
Mhm.
coworker's program.
Mhm.
But I did touch things because he wasn't fucking doing it, so I did it. But then he touched
Mhm.
it after me, you know what I mean? So like it's not all on me.
Yeah. Right.
Apparently an email went out with the wrong from address.
Uh-oh.
And it was an ad hoc, so it's not like we could stop deploying it and resend it out. Like ad hocs are like once they're gone, they're gone.
Okay.
So everyone's trying to fucking figure out what the hell is going on. And they do this during lunch. So I'm eating. So I'm like not
Right.
about to like hop on a call while I'm eating lunch.
Right.
So then my boss gets dragged into it, and I'm like, fuck, because it's gonna look really bad that I'm in this chat, but I'm not in the call.
Right.
But Mike was like, no, 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 it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. So
Mhm.
come to find out, it was the PM who chose the wrong from name.
Oh. Yikes.
So that being said, I'm sure she's in a lot of trouble, and I don't want I should have checked it, but I don't
Yeah,
touch the
but
first tab.
right.
So like I just assume all is well, which I probably shouldn't. So like Amy and Mike are trying to figure out a solution on who should be checking because like it slips my mind all the fucking time. Mike doesn't want to do it, which understandably.
Right.
So we were thinking like we were trying to bounce ideas off of each other, and I was like, well, what if account checks it because they're the
Yeah.
ones that know what it is.
Right.
And then I said, fuck this shit. I at like 3:30. Normally it's like 4:30 when I check out, but 3:30 I'm already like so over this bullshit.
Right.
Because the
Yeah.
messages just keep fucking coming and it's like, "Oh my god, shut the fuck up."
Right.
Sorry, I'm yawning. So I went on the couch and of course was reading, but then I fell
Mhm.
asleep on the couch. I wake up at 4:30 to somebody asking me to do something for Mike. And like, I reached out to Mike. I was like, "What is this guy on about? This shit's not due yet." He's like, "I don't know." He like messaged Amy, and like Amy messaged me, and she's like, "This shit's not even due yet." I was like, "Well, I'm
Jesus.
glad she's on your side because like, I don't want to fucking do it."
Right.
So that was my Thursday. That was my
Gotcha.
work week. Nothing too crazy happened. Still don't know what's going on with my job.
Right.
So that's fun. Oh, and then we get to yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
So we have Friday off. I didn't tell anybody I had Friday off.
Mhm.
And so I wake up happy that I get a day off that I can literally just sit and read all day. And Mike asked me, he's like, "Are you going to read for another 16 hours?" I was like, hopefully.
Right? Like, yes.
And then my brother fucking messages me.
Oof.
And he's like, "I have two favors, and I don't want you to be mad."
That's the first sign.
Literally. He's like, "One, I need help with cigarettes and a Red Bull,"
Mhm.
which I don't mind. Whatever. And then the second one was, "Can you please pick me up from work?" And I'm sitting there staring at my phone. It's 11 in the morning. I literally just fucking woke up like 20 minutes before this.
Right.
And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" God fucking damn it. So I'm like acting like I'm at work so he doesn't like call me or anything.
Uh-huh.
And I messaged him. I was like, "Well, like, where are you gonna go?" And he's like, "I'm gonna figure that out. I just can't come back to this place. please. Like, he kept fucking begging me to come get him. So I finally reluctantly said yes.
Well, yeah. You can only take so much.
Like, I was like, okay, what time do you fucking get off work? He's like, 9:30. I was like, okay, I'll leave my house at 8:30. Because it's an hour fucking drive.
Right.
So I get out there and he sits in my car and he starts like kind of crying, but not really crying. And he's like, I'm sorry it was like this. If I would have known people would back out, I would have just had my boss drive me home. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, Jarrett's not feeling good because he was supposed to stay at Jarrett's house. So
Mhm.
I'm thinking in my fucking head, how long ago did you figure this out?
Right.
Why did I just waste an hour of my fucking time coming out here?
Right.
So, because he knows he can't stay here.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get. Shut up, Bart. Sorry. He was trying to get Justin, my other brother, to let him stay there. And, of course, Justin, no. Um,
Right.
so we're sitting in the parking lot of his work. And I'm like, okay, well, like, where am I taking you then? He's like, back to Jess. I was like, a fucking course. So we're driving, we're just talking about other things to try to get his mind off shit, right?
Mhm.
And I pull into her driveway and she's not there. And he's like, she locked the door, but she like should be home soon. So I sat there for a half an hour with him in my car,
Oh, jeez.
waiting for Jess to fucking get back. So he's venting about like apparently she thinks he has a new iPhone under my name. And I was like, that doesn't even make sense because why would I get you an iPhone and put in my
Right.
account? What the fuck do you mean? But then again, Shane likes to fabricate lies. And
Right.
he told me that he walked to work.
Mhm.
And then when he was venting, he told me he had to go into work an hour early to get a ride, meaning
Right.
just fucking took him to work.
Mm.
So I'm sitting there and I was like, is she gonna let you come in the house? He's like, she's been begging me to come home all day.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, well, this fucking sucks because I don't want to be here when she fucking pulls in the goddamn driveway. I
Right.
won't be long goddamn gone. Like,
Right. You want to be as far away as possible.
literally. So he finally gets out and like takes all of his stuff on the deck because he's like, I'm not gonna make you sit here and wait. Like, she should be here in like a minute because he kept tracking her on his iPhone.
Mhm. Yeah.
And sure enough, I get out to hug him and she pulls in. So
Mm.
I quickly get back in my car and start reversing before she gets out of the fucking car
It's
because,
like
like,
reverse,
nope,
reverse, reverse.
you're stuck with
Yeah.
him. Because he wanted me to hang out, but it's like, dude, no. Like, I want to go home.
Right.
So I didn't get home until 11:30,
Mhm.
which that is what I left at like 8:20.
Yeah,
Too
something like
fucking
that.
long of my time. Too much time wasted.
Right.
um, to him messaging me when I'm driving home, like I don't look at my phone when I'm driving home, right? Like when I'm driving,
Right.
I don't know why he thinks I can text and drive. I don't. And plus, like there's woods all around me. It's fucking dark. If I get hit by a goddamn deer, I'm
Right.
dead because I drive a Spark.
Right.
So like I have to pay attention.
Right.
And so when I stop at a light, I know it's illegal, but when I stopped at a light, I looked at my phone and he's like, I'm a fucking idiot. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I should have stayed here. I can't fucking concentrate. And I'm already like, yeah, I'm not turning around. I'm
Like, sorry,
I'm
but
already in Howell.
right.
Like that's like 20 minutes away from your house, dude. I'm not turning fucking around.
Right.
So I just ignore it. And then he when I got home, I like messaged him and let him know I was home because he asked me to, and like I know he cares, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
My model's hair just got so scuffed. Um, sorry.
Right?
And then
No,
he
it's
like,
okay.
and then he like just keeps messaging me like saying sorry. I'm like, dude, your sorries don't mean fucking shit to me.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing was bullshit. And I knew it was gonna be bullshit.
Right.
So then I came home and started reading again.
Yep.
That was a very loud. I don't know what that was.
I heard that. I was like, what is
Yeah,
that?
I'm sorry. I live on a fucking road, a main
It
road.
is okay.
So I started. I started the Kingdom of Crows series
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
week. 3 books. There's supposed to be
Mhm.
four, but the fourth one doesn't come out until fucking July,
Mhm.
which makes me fucking mad. Um, I finished. I start. Hold on. Let me look at my Goodreads because it tells me when I completed it.
Uh-huh.
So I started that book. Come on. Well, it says I finished it, but I probably started it on the 26th.
Excuse me. Yep.
And I finished it on the 27th. I finished the second one on the 29th, and I just finished the third one.
Uh,
Okay, where do I even begin?
okay. Okay.
So the first book was really good.
Uh-huh.
I loved the banter.
Mhm.
I loved what happened.
Mhm.
The second book was also very good because the banter was even more intense because Fallon didn't want something to happen, so she was trying to
Mhm.
like avoid it. Um, but then we get to the third book.
Mm.
It took this bitch literally the whole book to kill one man. Literally until like page 521, I think. And there's only 591 pages. Um, she finally does it. And I'm like, okay, so like I feel like I just read a fucking bunch of episodes of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, you did say that.
Like,
You did say that.
in the next chapter, is she gonna do it? No. Okay, cool. Next
No.
chapter, no. Um, what I'm kind of irritated about, it wasn't the fact that it took her a whole fucking book to kill him. I understand why. There's a lot of shit that went down.
Uh-huh.
But the ending of this fucking book, which is why I'm pissed there's not a fourth book right now.
Uh-huh.
So, Fallon's half blood witch and half crow.
Mhm.
She never had access to her magic. She finally gets access to her blood magic. Cool.
Mhm.
Um, and then she finally released her crow side because she killed the guy. Anyway, doesn't matter. So her mom, her birth mother, not her birth, okay, her biological mother, because her mother did not give birth to her anyway. Her biological mother has been a serpent that she's been friends with her whole life
Mhm.
because her grandma transferred her. It's a whole thing.
Mhm.
So they're trying to get her mother back to being a person.
Uh-huh.
And so they go to the cauldron, which is like a god, apparently. I don't know. It was like a pool of water. I don't know. And they drop her in. And then, like, a humanoid comes out. But she has serpent eyes and her hair's pink now. And she doesn't speak. Um, she just walks up to Fallon, puts her hand on her fucking cheek, and then starts shaking, like not shaking, but purring kind of,
Okay.
because that's what they do when they're happy. Anyway, so her dad, who is like a crow guy, is like just staring, like, what the fuck kind of abomination is this? Because this is not my mate, like, what the
Uh-huh.
fuck is this?
Uh-huh.
And so Lore, who it's like in his perspective, Lore is the king of the crows. He
Hmm.
can telepathically like talk to people. So
Right.
he asks if he can hear his mate because when there's mates, they have a mind link that they can like talk together, but like not out loud.
Right. Right.
And he says no. So now I'm
Hmm.
curious what the fuck happens to her mom because like
Yeah, that's
is she just
interesting.
gonna have a humanoid serpent like as a mother? I don't understand. I'm like really pissed because like what the fuck? What the actual fuck, dude? What else did I do today other than finish that fucking monstrosity? Uh, I carpet cleaned my couch
Nice.
because it very much smelled like dog pee. Because Fiona, when she gets nervous, she pees a little, and I think she keeps getting nervous. I don't know. It's bad. Like, she's not like deliberately peeing on my couch,
Right. Right. No, I
but
get you.
it's bad. So I had to carpet clean it. After this, I have to go cut up and wash strawberries and put cheesecake filling on
Mm.
them because I'm making little like mini strawberry cheesecake bites for everyone
Y-
tomorrow.
yeah.
I could probably wait until the morning, but I probably won't. I don't know. And then tomorrow I'm going over to Mike's mom's and then over to my
Yeah.
grandma's, and I'm bringing my fucking Kindle with me because I'm addicted. It's a problem. She says I amaze her because of how fast I can read books.
Yeah.
It's a problem. Because all I want to do is read. I don't want to do anything else. Like my eyes, like I get a headache because I'm staring at a fucking screen. But like I can't stop.
Hey, you could be addicted to drugs. That's always what I say.
That is very true.
Mhm.
So here's to hoping my brother doesn't fucking blow me up tomorrow.
Here's hoping.
And if he does, I'm just gonna fucking ignore him because I'm beyond
That
fucking over it.
valid.
So that was my
Completely
week.
valid. Yeah, that was your week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was in such a bad mood on fucking Friday. Like a foul fucking mood.
Me too. Except my foul is literally I just want to cry.
I was, oh, I was not happy. Okay, your turn, my love.
Oh, okay. It's been a week, guys. It started off okay because on Sunday I actually forced myself to do some of the spring cleaning that I've been meaning to do. So like my room is slightly less disastrous than it was before. I did discover that almost all of the storage cubes I bought are literally falling apart at the seams.
Oh
Um,
no.
so I have to figure out how to replace them all. So that's not fun. But I mean, I did clean up my like floor, um, and I did organize a little bit, and I made my bed, and I mean, I made a little progress. It's not a lot, but it's something, and that's what matters. Um, so that was like Sunday. Um, Monday was pretty much the same. Like I just cleaned. I actually like cleaned a lot this week. off and on. I've been kind of like in this like if I just keep cleaning, eventually I'll be done,
Hmm.
which isn't true, but I keep doing it. And I also played a little bit of Baldur's Gate on Monday. A little bit. Yeah, that was Monday. Which was nice. At this point, I'm just not getting anywhere. I get distracted. I see a merchant selling dyes, and I'm like, oh, more colors. Let's play Barbie's Magic Dream House. Um, yeah, yeah, it's fine. I finally started selling off all the 50,000 million things in my chest on camp and finally making money.
Good.
So it's not that much. I only got like 5 grand in fantasy gold, but still. Fantasy gold.
Fantasy gold.
I have fantasy gold. And then the work week started, and that's when my entire life went to shit. Surprise, surprise. Um, so like work just sucks right now. Like really bad. Um, I'm so over it.
I don't blame you.
Like I I think I'm to the point where I'm frustrated mostly about the fact that like if I am to like do what most people do in my situation, which would be like not going above and beyond anymore and like not doing above my pay grade, whatever, all it's gonna do is sour people's perception of me, which I don't really care, but at the same time, unfortunately, I'm a people pleaser, so I do care. But if I don't realistically see myself ever being able to climb in this company, like I'm going to be stuck being a cashier for the rest of my damn life if I stay here. And for the foreseeable future, I have to stay here. And if that's the case, I just don't see putting my all into it anymore. I don't have enough energy to throw myself into a job that isn't going to progress me, whether it be like it doesn't fulfill me anymore. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. Like me giving excellent customer service doesn't really fix anything. It doesn't really make anybody's doesn't change anybody's life. It sure as hell really doesn't change my life. And like at this point, it's like I don't want to give up because I need this job, but I'm just done putting in my all.
I don't blame you.
And it's like it sucks because I don't like being that way because I was raised in a family that's like you give it your all, you go above and beyond, you make yourself an asset, XYZ, regardless of, how you're treated. Like my dad put up with so much shit from management and all the shops he worked at. Like he put up with so much and like it was mostly because he made good money.
Yeah.
I don't want to put up with bullshit just because I make decent money. I don't even make that decent of money, really. I mean, when you really put it into perspective to most people, I don't make that great of money. Um, but yeah. And like freaking Julie is like I feel like at this point it is kind of on me because like no, somebody being happy and laughing shouldn't piss me off, but at this point it like is
It gives
because
you
like
the
why
ick.
it does give me the ick. And I guess my thing is, and like we're like partially a mental health podcast, guys, you should realize at this point that like I am very, very pro mental health. I believe mental illness is a true thing. But if all it takes for you to suddenly turn over a new leaf is a shift in getting your way, then I have a feeling that you might have been putting on a lot more than like you were saying.
100 fucking percent.
Because I'm pretty sure like if you're illness is so bad that medication barely takes care of it, I'm pretty sure that like less sleep is not going to help that.
No.
I'm pretty sure having to wake up early after staying up all night with your grandchild isn't going to make that better.
God, no.
Like,
It's gonna make
like,
it worse.
and like the fact that they've done like a 360 with their attitude, it just feels so like it feels like it's rubbing in my face like I finally won and like it honestly it's killing me.
I'd be so fucking irritated.
Like literally today I texted you as I was walking to the time clock. I'm like the first thing I hear is her laugh and I'm like I just wanted to walk out. Like I it sounds so dramatic. Like I sound like a teenager, but like I don't have a lot going for me in my personal life right now. I have this podcast, which is like the one good thing I got going. I had my job, which I didn't absolutely hate up until about a month ago. And that's really about it. I don't have a lot going for me. So when one of the two things I have going for me goes to shit, I'm sorry, but I'm not that much of a happy person. And I don't think that's unreasonable.
No, it's not.
And it's like, there wasn't really all that much that happened at work per se. It's just like more of the same bullshit that pisses me off. And like, I don't know. I'm frustrated about it all. And like my only way that I know how to like not revolt, but like I'm starting to just like not let people know when I'm doing things. Like, oh, my break is at 4:45 and you forgot? That's too bad. I'm turning off my light. I'm going to my break.
Hell yeah.
Like you forgot that my lunch was at 1. I'm sorry, but I'm going. I'm if everybody else gets to have their breaks on time, if everybody else gets to have their lunches and not be interrupted, which I got interrupted at my lunch this week. Like if you get to have all those things, I'm taking it. I'm done. And like yesterday was really, really bad because it was another example of a perfect example of why I need early shifts. So there was a miscommunication between me, my mom, and brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I got off at 6 and I'm like doing a little like I was buying them treats. I was buying them ice cream and I'm like, like where y'all at? And mom's like, "Oh, like you should be home." And I was like, "What do you mean? Are you telling me this was a bus night?" And she's like, "Yeah." And by the time I get onto the app, they're already not taking requests. They literally they stop technically at 8 p.m., but they will stop taking ride requests at 7:30.
Oh my god.
And by the time I knew I needed a bus, it was 6:30 and you have to schedule it an hour in advance. So I was literally stuck at work until just after 7. And then we obviously had to go see grandpa because they hadn't seen him all day because mom and Cody both worked since morning. So nobody had seen him that day. So we obviously had to go see him. I didn't get home from work until 8.
Fucking ridiculous. I have to let the cat out. Hold on. Continue.
Hmm. Um, and it's like, I guess that's the thing is like knowing my situation, knowing how the bus is, I don't understand not giving me the lenience of at least making it so like 5 is the latest. Because at least at 5, if I realize by 5:30 I need a ride, I'm not going to get cut off. I'm not going to get stuck there.
They
And
should
it's
have let
like,
you fucking know.
I know, and it was honestly it was a mistake. It was just a miscommunication. And I get it. Um, but yeah. And like literally last night, like by the time I got home, I was just like full tears. Like I tripped on a bag of clothes in the front door, twisted my ankle, like
Oh
started
my
sobbing.
god.
I literally went into the shower and like cried for like a solid 15 minutes.
I'm so sorry.
And then like by the time I got we had dinner and then we had to take grandpa dinner and that's when we talked when you were on your way home from Shane's.
Yeah.
And like honestly, I don't think if I would have not talked to you even for it was like I think it was only like 15, 20 minutes by the time I got home. I honestly just don't know because I was still so worked up. And it's like it's so hard to like you can't I can't explain it in words properly. It's like how do you explain that like every little thing that goes wrong is a catastrophe because you're so done. Like it's not easy to put that into words without sounding dramatic. Like but that's where I'm at right now. It's like every little inconvenience, every little thing that goes wrong, literally can't deal with it
No,
because I
because you've been dealing with so much shit. It's just like piling up. And it's
and
finally
like
exploding.
I and it's like I shouldn't have to explain that to my workplace. Like I shouldn't have to explain like, "Oh, imagine that you literally just throw my entire life off when I'm going through all this shit at home already." And like you're surprised that I'm not doing well because I literally all week had coworkers like genuinely concerned, like, "Are you okay?" And it's like, "No." But how do you say that in a casual conversation? "No, actually, my life is falling apart. How are you?" Like you can't do that.
No.
And I also don't need HR like pulling me aside and being like, "Do you need mental health care services?" Like sure, I do, but I don't need my workplace to know about it.
No.
Like, but like that was technically like most of my week. Um, I haven't got any reading done. I've just been too busy. Um, but yeah, it's just been a lot. And my brother is sick. He doesn't have COVID. He tested, but he's sick. Um, and more than likely I will probably end up getting it because I live in the same household as him. Um, so I'm not looking forward to that because, well, I don't like being sick.
Whoever does, it's fucking crazy.
Ugh. And like, yeah. So like work has just been kind of shit. My next week's schedule isn't as bad, but it's still not great. Um, and I'm very worried about the weeks after because we hired two new people and I'm really scared.
Did you get a chance to ask?
Nope.
Of course not.
And honestly, if I get this schedule on Wednesday and if it goes past 6, because I'm saying that 6 is my cutoff, and that's being extremely generous.
Mm-hmm.
If it pushes, I'm going to have to go to Sadie and just be like, this, I can't do this. And if she says there's nothing I can do, I will go to my other boss. And if that doesn't work, I will go to HR. I can't lose this job, but I also can't have my life absolutely trashed just because you decided to make a poor decision.
Literally. I'm honestly shocked nobody has already, like, complained to HR.
I know. And I don't really understand why. Like, I understand that Sadie has a lot going on and, like, the whole new way of doing everything is very stressful to her and whatever, but one of my older coworkers who went from upfront to hardware, um, he was like, and I hate to say this on the podcast, but I've told you before about how my boss isn't great,
Mm-hmm.
a great person. Um, Sadie only cares about herself and whatever makes her life easier. So at the end of the day, the minute I become troublesome, my life is going to become a living hell.
It sucks that it's like gonna be that way, but you need to worry about like you know what I mean? Like you.
Yeah, I know. Because, and I know it's not actually as dramatic as I think it sounds. It's just like I was raised with, parents who literally worked even through being sick. I mean, my mother worked in both of her pregnancies up until the doctors literally said, like, you are not allowed. Like, she probably would have worked straight through labor if she was allowed to. Like, literally, like, I'm coming from like workaholic families. But like, I don't know how much more I can do with the schedules I'm working and the responsibilities I have outside of work. Like, I'm cracking under all of it. And like, I know it's not as much as other people, but like, that doesn't mean anything because everybody has different pressure points. And mine just happens to be being pressed.
Yeah, it's such a messy situation because you told them what was going on and then they have the audacity to fucking do this.
Yeah. And it's like, part of it I know is like the small town of it all because like I live in a small town that very much prioritizes like family and family values. And it's like at the end of the day, I'm always going to lose out to somebody with children of their own, a husband or a partner of their own, to people who have strong family. I'm always going to lose out to those people because they view that as more important than like I have a family. It just happens to be my mother and my brother and my grandfather. Like, no, I don't have children of my own or grandkids or nieces or nephews, but my family is all I have. Like, and
One
when things are going on with them, that affects me just as much as if it was a child or a husband. Like, those things still affect me just as much.
one family isn't like they shouldn't compare. You know what I mean? Family is fucking family.
But unfortunately, it's like, unfortunately, in the context of where I live, that is not, like, it's just not the truth. And that sucks. And I know it's not that uncommon in smaller communities that, or like like especially like tight knit religious communities, which mine isn't really super religious up here, but like it is very close knit. It's like I will always probably lose out in situations. Like, I shouldn't be so worried about not getting my birthday off that I have to plan putting in those dates 2 months in advance when it's only required to do it a week.
Yeah.
But I am so terrified that if I don't put it in 2 weeks beforehand or 2 months ahead of time, that I won't get it because it'll be inconvenient. That's not my problem.
No, that sounds like them problem.
And it's like, it's gonna have to probably get to the point where I wreck the relationship I have with my boss currently, which is fine because I don't step on toes, but I have to prioritize myself and my family before long.
100%.
Like like try not to get too upset. It's just not worth it, you know? Like, it is what it is. Everything is what it is. But like, we don't know how much longer Grandpa has. We literally cannot get a time frame from his doctors. So like, am I just supposed to like pretend everything's hunky dory until it's like literally critical stage? Because I can't do that.
No, because you need to spend time, as much time as you
And like
can.
right now, and this is the man is a funny man. My grandfather is a very unique man. Love him to death, but he is he he wants his company for like 20, 30 minutes at a time, and then he wants to be left the frick alone. He doesn't like he doesn't want to come over for Easter tomorrow. He wants us to bring him Easter dinner and then just hang out for a few minutes and then leave.
Well, that's how
He
I'm gonna
does
be in my old age, good lord.
like but like all of those times, all of those days that I will miss because either I'm working late or I'm there but I'm not present because I'm so over everything. Like all of that is losses. And it's like I'm not I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be like 2 months from now being like, oh, I should have probably talked about this. No, I have to step on toes if I'm going to make sure that things don't go poorly.
100 fucking percent.
And I don't like it because I can't do confrontation without breaking down in tears. But if I have to like bring in like if I have to bring in M to like hold my hand to get through it, I will. Like
They'll definitely be
I'm
there
not
for you.
I'm not ashamed of needing support. I'm not. Like I'm not a person who's just like I'm not a Julie. I'm not going to like go cry and have a sob story but use that to I'm not going to try to use what's going on as an advantage. I'm not trying to do that. I am just trying to be realistic about where I am.
No, you're trying to set boundaries.
And it's like honestly, I want to literally just use Friday as the perfect example of like when you schedule me this late, it screws me over because if there is a change in my family's schedule, who's my only other ride home other than the bus, I'm stuck here.
Yep.
And how is that fair to me when you know you hired me into this company way back in 2019 knowing I didn't drive? All the way back in 2019, you hired me in knowing that I don't drive and that it hasn't changed. You hired me again up front knowing I don't drive. And I'm sorry that my life isn't completely planned out to the point where I can tell you exactly when I'm going to need a ride. Sometimes, like Friday, things happen. And it's going to happen more once the holidays start. Like,
Yeah.
once the holiday season starts, which for Kohl's starts at like freaking September,
You're gonna be shit out of
like,
luck.
I'm going to be shit out of luck if they get told that they need to work extra hours or if Cody's like, you know, I really need to do overtime. I'll be shit out of luck if I'm still on sixes.
Yep.
I'll be frankly shit out of luck even at fives, but I'll have a little bit more of a warning as long as they let me know by like three. But they can't always let me know. And it's like, yeah, this is all just turning into work bullshit, and I'm sorry, but
No,
that's
you're
really
fine. It's a
it's my
behind.
it's literally my biggest stressor right now is my job. Like it's just like my biggest stressor right now is figuring out how to navigate this without literally destroying the repertoire I have with my boss and like you know, my place in my workplace. Because everybody, and I don't say this in a conceited way, I'm just saying what's like everyone's like, we love you. Like, we have your back. And I know they do, but I need them to actually act upon that.
Yeah, not just say they do.
because I appreciate words of affirmation as much as the next person, trust me, but I need action. Like, if it means that me and M go together to talk to Big Boss about what's going on, then so be it. Like, yeah, it's just like the biggest thing that is getting under my skin about the whole situation is that if you do a 360 the minute that you get your way, that tells me that you're not actually changing your behavior. You are just happy that you got your way. So either I have to wait until she slips up, which will eventually happen, I'm sorry. I just don't think she has it in her to have more than a couple weeks of good behavior. Or I just go up and be honest about how it's not fair in the first place because I'm sorry, as somebody who has not had a single customer complaint against them in 4 years of service for this company versus somebody who has had nothing, if not 3 or 4 from me alone in a less than 7-month span. Like, what is that sending? Like, what kind of message is that sending?
That you need to be a problem child.
I mean, yes, but it's also saying that we reward people who are problems. And that's not how it should be. And it's like, yeah, it's that whole thing about how people say, like one bad employee will ruin the whole place for somebody.
Yeah.
And it's true because honestly, like I don't feel like going above and beyond anymore. Like I do because I go on autopilot and that's what I'm good at. I'm good at going above and beyond. But I don't have the heart of it anymore.
Yeah,
Like it's
because
not
like
because I
what's the fucking
actually.
point?
Yeah. Because no matter how many gift cards I get from positive customer reviews or how much people literally say, I look forward to seeing you when I come into the store, none of those are going to change the fact that I can't get on a shift that works with my life.
Nope.
And like, you can't, like, it just feels like you can't win without sounding like you're complaining. Cause like, also, my sleep schedule is completely effed. Like, because I went from going to an early mornings to basically middays. So like my body doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's
And
harsh.
like I literally am not sleeping well. I'm having nightmares constantly. Also could be hormonal. Yes, I understand that, but situation's definitely not helping it. Um and it's like it just feels dramatic. It literally does feel like, "Oh my god, you need to stop being so dramatic. Like your life isn't ruined." But like, isn't it?
You don't have
Like
time to yourself anymore.
I don't. And even mom said that. Mom said that tonight. Like,
Like,
I was literally talking about, like, wow, like, Amy's on, like, probably her, like, 14th book in, like, the last month, and I was like, it's just like and she's like, "Well, you don't really have the time to read
no.
that much." And I'm like, "At least you acknowledge it, Like, you acknowledge the fact." Like,
Like, I was about to say, to be honest, you didn't really have time before, but at least you were fucking home.
yeah. And it's like, it's just it's bullshit, and I'm sick of it. And if it gets much worse, I really will just have to take a $3 pay loss and maybe just hop ship because it's just not worth it.
No, it's not. And plus, with these extra people, like I said, it's like you're taking it anyway.
Yep. And I'm really genuinely scared for Wednesday. I'm so scared of what the schedule is going to reflect.
If
But
it's they need to accommodate for everybody, not just one fucking person.
yeah. And everybody, the thing that just pisses me off is everybody in the store knows it. Every single person. People who don't even work up front know about it. Everybody knows. Why? It's because I guess I'm not showing that I care enough about what's happened. Like, apparently, me crying in a lunchroom isn't enough. Like, I don't, like, I'm not going to be nasty. I can't be nasty. It's not in me. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, F you, F you. I can't do that. I don't have it in me. All I have is tears, frankly. I'm sorry. I'm just a crybaby.
You're not a
Like,
crybaby.
it's just like it's gonna get to the point where I probably will just either have another mental breakdown at work like I did a couple months ago when I was everything was going on with grandpa, or I'm just gonna have to go to AJ and be like, it needs fixed, or you need to help me make a resume. Like, I
Girl,
can't.
don't even ask him to help. I'll help you make a resume.
Oh, well, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm just like, it's like, what's the severance package? Oh, wait, I work retail. We don't believe in those. I need to get fired, so I actually get unemployment. Which today could have probably been if I wouldn't have probably could have been a demerit against me actually if I wouldn't have fixed it at the end.
What happened today?
Oh, well, we got busy and
Hmm.
it was, I actually got off at 4 today, but we got slammed and um I'm on self-check and nobody's coming to relieve me and it's like 403, 405, 406 and I'm like, "No, I'm not doing this." So I go over to one of the baggers who's also trained in self-check. I'm like, "Can you please cover self-check so I can go home? So I can actually leave." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I got you." And I'm like, "And if Cindy asked, like, tell her you were busy behind the counter and I did not have time to wait for you." And I punch out and I see her and she's like, gives me a look like, "Why the hell are you not at self-check?" And I kind of I'm on the phone with mom and I kind of walk and she's like, and mom's like, "What are you doing? Like, you can't get in trouble." And I'm thinking, "Can't I?" Um, um, and I eventually am like, like my ride is here, or I have a scheduled ride, which was technically a lie because mom was waiting in the parking lot, but I did have a ride.
It's
It just
she's
wasn't
still
a scheduled ride.
no, no, no. It was still a scheduled pickup.
And it's like, and she's like, "Well, where are you?" And I was like, "Well, I have to look at hams. Like, even scheduled rides, I usually shop before I get picked up. So like I'm not really lying." And like it was fine at the end. Cindy was like, "It's okay, honey, I get it." And I was like, "Okay, as long as we're chill." Like I'm sure she was upset in the moment, but she gets it. Like I said, she's a decent person. I've told you before. She's a decent person. It's just she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like, but honestly, I was almost to the point because mom's like, it's not your problem that they didn't schedule coverage. And it's like, I could have just walked away. I could have just walked, but I did the right thing and called somebody else over.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have. I really should have seen what happened. I really should have. It's gotten to that point. It's like everybody else can just leave whenever they want. Like when it's their break time, they can leave, and even if we're, backed up. Like, why can't I?
I love Petty Autumn.
I'm done. And I'm tired. And I'm so tired. It's not even tired. It's exhausted.
Do you
And
think
hmm,
do you think if you talk to like AJ and HR that anything's gonna change?
like privately, like, "Hey, I just need to tell you what's going on before I make moves," or like them making steps without contacting Sadie.
Them making steps without contacting Sadie.
That's gonna make it worse because that already happened once with I went to the HR girl about a schedule change. This was like at the beginning of hours getting cut because Sadie cut my hours way too low. I was like gonna be under 30 hours with lunches and breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to HR and I was like, "Hey, I'm sure it was just an oversight with like us getting adjusted to, hours cut." And she's like, "Oh no, like this is like not even full-time hours. Like if you're full-time, you should get this like this many hours no matter what. Like you are prioritized like over others because you are full-time."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, like if you can like this week it's fine. Like one short week's not gonna like, ruin me. It's all good." And then when Sadie found out, she got her butt hurt and like did not talk to me for an entire day. Like she was pissed at me for going to HR instead of her.
Well, you wrote the fucking schedule, you dumb bitch. Why would I go to you?
And she also had left early that day. How and I had gotten there late. So how was I supposed to talk to her if she
True.
was gone by the time I got there? Like, make it make sense. So like based on that alone, I know if I go to Big Boss in HR and don't contact Sadie about it, it's going to go poorly. If I try to make it a group between all three groups, it's probably still going to go poorly. At the end of the day, the only thing that's going to go well is if I talk directly to Sadie, but nothing's going to change if I do that. And that's the problem.
Because haven't you already,
So,
like, mentioned it to her?
yes, that when it first happened, and she could not promise me that my hours would not go past 6 p.m. She said she would try to make sure, but she did not promise me.
Yeah, no, because she is very much well aware of what your fucking availability is.
And my thought was to change my availability, but I also don't know if that's going to cause that could be like, oh, your employment isn't productive up front with this availability. And it's like, okay, well, we gotta figure something out because, like, I'm sorry, but like 7 to 5, even, that's a lot of hours you can schedule, even a full time person.
You know what?
Hmm.
Do it. Do it
I'm
before.
thinking,
Listen to me. Do it
uh huh.
before you talk to AJ and HR about it. Because then it's
Yeah.
set in stone what your availability is, right? Like, you guys had a verbal understanding at first, but no, it needs to be set in fucking stone that this is the only time you were allowed to, like, available to work. If she cannot fucking figure out how to schedule you within those times, that is on her. And that looks like very poor management. Even though
Yeah.
we are already aware she is a terrible fucking
Yeah.
coordinator with times. So I would
Because
do
I
it.
would have to tell her. I've already talked to HR about it, and I was like, oh, if I need to change my availability, do I go to you? Do I go to Big Boss or do I go to Sadie? And she's like, you talk to Sadie. So it will have to be a conversation with Sadie.
I I would fucking do it anyway.
Yeah. But so it's gonna be a rough week. But luckily I have Thursday off because I have dental work. So
I bet you've never been so glad to have dental
right,
work.
right. Like, yeah. Shit. Like so never have been so glad to have a day off for dental work. Because I was just gonna take a half day, but no, 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 no. I'm taking a full. No,
Nah, fuck
not
that.
doing. No, it's at 1 in the afternoon. I'm probably gonna be there for like 2.5 to 3 hours. So two fillings, hopefully just fillings. It was very close to being a root canal, and I've had a lot of pain, but like hopefully not a root canal, and then a crown renewal, repairal, whatever. I'm getting a new crown and an old crown, basically. Um, so yeah, lots of dental work, lots of debt. Oh, so much debt.
I very much need to find a new dentist. I keep saying that and I never do it.
Yeah, we need to. We'll look together. We'll look together for something for you. We'll like Google reviews and stuff.
I
We'll
just want
find
to
you a
make
good
sure they're
dentist.
actually in my fucking network.
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard part, especially up here too. Oh my God, the amount of doctors that don't take like the insurance I'm on. I'm on the same insurance plan that Cody is on, which is like one of the best,
Yeah, which is so fucking weird.
and they don't take it. The hospital doesn't take our insurance.
What?
The main hospital does not accept our
I've
insurance.
never heard of anywhere that does not accept Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, our main hospital does not.
That's fucking insane.
All the doctors that are associated with the hospital don't take that. Like when my brother got his colonoscopy back in February, guys, that wasn't covered.
Oh my god, how much did he shell out?
I don't even want to remember. I don't remember, but it was a lot. Yeah. And that's not
That's
even the appointment. I believe his appointment for like the consultation for it was $100.
oh my fucking god.
So, do you see why I've been avoiding going to the gynecologist and also trying to find an orthopedic surgeon to get a new shoe lift? I think it makes more sense why everyone's like, why are you avoiding getting things done?
Because you literally can't.
Because I technically have 3 lines of credit that need paid. I have a mortgage that I help with, on top of like electric, a storage unit. I have bills that have to be paid long before I can actually take care of myself, as sad as that is. And trust me, my shoe lift situation, my leg difference situation is getting quite bad. I'm having trouble walking properly. Yeah. So, welcome to America. Land of the hose is what I was just
Land of the hose.
land of the hose. Um, but that that was my week and a half. I had one positive thing that I saw on a TikTok that I was gonna discuss, but I don't know. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so there's this trans, I think trans or non-binary. It's both under non-binary falls under the trans umbrella anyways, but anyways, they're an activist. I think Mock is how you pronounce their name. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, they're a wonderful activist. Um and they had this interview that saw a piece about on TikTok, and they were talking about how they literally said their friends are their lovers. They treat their friends the same way in the same energy as they treat their lovers. Like they make dates with them, they make plans for the future with them. They put and invest in as much in their friends as they would their romantic partners. And I was like, it's so refreshing to see somebody else who feels that way, because realistically speaking, the only experience I have with like having like a deep connection with somebody is through a friendship. Like I don't have romantic history with anybody. But when I tell you I invest my time in my friends, I don't take that lightly. Like when we make plans, I don't see it as like, oh, but if I like get a boyfriend in a week, like that's all null and void. No, they have to fit in to what I have planned now, not the other way around.
Exactly.
And like, I know a lot of people don't think that way, and I'm not shaming people for that, because like the way that a lot of us were raised is like literally like your spouse means everything. Like your friends don't mean shit once you're married. Like we grew up in that sort of, I hate to say it, but toxic mindset.
Unfortunately.
Like, and then there's my father who took the my best friend means everything more than everybody else. It's a whole. I grew up with a lot of messed up shit. Okay, like we could have talks for days, but like I was so happy to just see that on TikTok, and that there was people actually agreeing in the comments. And I'm like, I'm so happy that we're finally kind of moving away from this like stereotypical 1900s thought process.
yeah.
Like I want to see more people who like genuinely consider their friends to be just as important as a spouse to them. Like, and I think it's very interesting, and like I'm not saying that this is your experience on your end, but like you fit me into your life despite the fact that you have a spouse.
100%.
Like you prioritize me, just your time with me, just as much as you prioritize your time with Mike. And like that is something that I have never ever taken for granted, because it genuinely has always made me feel like I've made the right decision. Like, investing as much time and energy as I have, and, like, I don't take that lightly.
No, because the way I see it is, sorry, I'm moving
No, you're okay.
papers. The way I see it is, and I hate it because that fucking cults. Twin flames, okay.
Right, right, right.
I
Yeah,
do I do believe everybody has multiple like flames in their lives,
right.
right? Like
Yeah.
whether it be romantic or platonic. Um
Mhm.
so the fact that like obviously Mike is my soulmate, like my
Right.
but like you, right? You are,
Mhm.
I feel like one of my twin flames. Like I would do
Yeah.
fucking anything for you. And like I value our time together. And
Mhm.
I don't understand how people can just cast aside the people that have been there for them
Right.
for their partner. Like if their
Right.
partner, so like okay, I hate I hate it cuz most of the time maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not trying to put anything into anyone's relationship when I say this, okay? But
Uh,
I feel like most of the time when people cast aside their friends because they want to hang out with their partner, I feel like that's possessive and kind of controlling on both parts, right?
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree.
And
No, I feel that.
like Mike has always pushed me to
Mhm.
like get out and hang out with people and stuff. You know what I mean? Like he encourages it.
Yeah.
Like I went to get drinks and dinner with one of my old coworkers that left and
Mhm.
she got upset because she invited. Like she said that Mike could have came and he didn't want to because he didn't want to intrude, right?
Mhm.
Like
Right.
I feel like that's how it should be though, you know? Like
Right.
I don't know.
And, like, it's so hard to, like, not wonder if it's also the fact that, like, we're 2 people who are, like, on the, like, the queer spectrum, and if that's part of it, because like, we obviously aren't, like, the norm in the first place.
That's true. That you know that might be it.
Like like, as a person on the Ace and Arrow spectrum, like, I've always had like a weird relationship with friendships and partnerships because like I learned from a very like, when everybody's like boy crazy and like having their first relationships, I learned very quickly to recognize like I will never be prioritized. Like I will be left behind once these people partner up. And like that happened throughout like middle school and high school and even into adulthood in some instances. And like I don't think that's the norm for like, I hate to say it, but for like regular old straight people. Like they don't have that same feeling of like, oh, like I just have to learn how to adapt. No, that's just the way they view it.
Yeah. You know, actually now that
And
I'm
yeah.
thinking about that, you're getting somewhere with it because yeah, no, yeah. Same. Like when Brianna started dating Andrew,
Mhm.
I like wasn't like we were best friends since kindergarten and she started dating Andrew in like 7th grade, I think.
Mhm.
But I always came second and
Mhm.
like she would ditch me all the fucking time and it feels
Mm.
shitty.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
and then the same thing happened with Holly and Jamie. So it was like before I met you, like same.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I do have, maybe I'm onto something
No,
there
yeah,
because
because you're making sense.
you're making sense. Um, but no, and I think that's also explains a lot about why I am so defensive when like certain people in my life are like not supportive because it's like you obviously don't get it.
No, and I
because like to me, like you are the same level as a spouse. Like I invest in our time. I invest in our future, regardless of what it may be. Like I invest myself into our relationship, and that's just as important as if I were to get married tomorrow.
yeah,
And like I don't think that people in my life understand that.
they don't because it's foreign to them
Yeah.
and they don't want to accept, like, understand.
Yeah. So
Like, when I mean, this is a joke, people, but at the same time not a joke, okay? When I mean
yeah.
I would literally murder somebody for you, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah. 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 I know. I know. Yeah.
many
Like
times you've stopped me from bitching people out, like finding them on Facebook and just fucking tearing
I
into
have.
them.
I have. And it goes back to like me and other friendships, like go a couple episodes back, people. Like that friendship, I don't think can survive because I now know like my worth
Mm-hmm.
more than I did before. And like I am worth investing in.
100 fucking percent you are.
And like I need somebody who is absolutely happy and content with what they have and who they themselves or who they are in a relationship with will not be threatened if I continue to have the same intensity of relationship as I had with them before.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's as like simple as like if you were intimidated by my intensity, then we're not going to work out.
No.
And that goes for friendships, that goes for relationships, that goes for literally work relationships at this point. I'm not going to dull myself for others. I'm done.
No. Yeah.
And I have coworkers like I'm like goofy. I'm goofy as shit. I'm a weirdo.
Same.
Like I get called a dweeb at work all the time because I'm just goofy. And I'm not afraid to like kind of be off the wall. And I think at 31, I think it took until I was in my 30s to really be like, nope, this is like, it's not worth hiding anymore.
No, you shouldn't have
Like,
to. You let yourself shine bright.
like I make funny voices when I'm tired or when I'm stressed. Like,
Same.
like I literally today when I was like wanting to go home, I was like, I just want to go home. I just want to
Just
go home.
let me go home.
I just want to go home. And like my coworker is like, you're a dweeb, and it's like, thank you. Like, I am.
Oh
Like,
my god. It's getting so bad to the point where when I walk into like meeting rooms and people are like, "Hi," I'm like, "Yeah, hello." Like
hello.
I don't even say
Hello.
it normally. Like people
Right,
I've
right.
never met in person before, they're like, "Oh, hi, Amy. Hello."
Hello.
Well, hello there.
And there is nothing wrong with that. There's
No.
nothing wrong with it. And so yeah, that was like the one and I just saw that TikTok like the other day and it really stuck with me because I was like, "Oh my God, there's like I'm not the only like weirdo who's like, no, 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 no. Like I invest heavily in all the relationships in my life. It doesn't matter like platonically, romantically, work. Like I'm I'm done not investing what I want to.
You guys,
Oh God.
she bought me a sticker and I'm so excited to get it. And I know
It's
you
a
guys might think
sticker.
it's weird because it's just a sticker.
It's a sticker. It's just a sticker.
But it's a sticker of a serpent, like a snake, and it says
Oh.
there she is. And I can't. And it's got the crescent moon and it's like, ah.
Yeah. Uh, I saw it and I knew I had and I got her star hollow like holographic finish on it too.
Because I love Hollow.
And it's the stars.
It's so thoughtful. Like, what the fuck?
I I try. I try. I really do try. now I'm all like it's so silly.
No, I
But
love it. I can't wait to get it.
yeah.
I'm
I'm
so fucking excited.
I I'm glad I decided to do it because I was like just browsing and I was like, nope, I need to get her an Easter gift, even if it's just a sticker.
Oh yeah, yours is on its way, by the
Oh, Jesus Christ. What
way.
did you do?
It's nothing like crazy.
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
It's nothing.
Okay,
Don't worry about it. It's nothing.
okay. I'll choose to believe you this time.
I
Um,
swear.
okay. Um, but yeah. Guys, per usual, we get talking and lose track of what we're supposed to be talking about. But really, I think it actually covered pretty well. Actually. Um, a lot of what I want to get rid of is stuff that I have to stand up to do. Um, which is not an easy thing for me. But just like a few little smaller, not so serious things. Um, I really want to get back into like filling out my planner every night. I've really struggled. I bought a pretty planner again. Like I was very, very like content on trying to do it every night and I did it for like 2 weeks and I did really, really well. And then I fell off of it, but I want to from April on, I want to do at least if I can't do every night, at least one entry a week where I fill out like all of my things, like media I took, how much water I drank, like really, really like the full shebang, at least once a week, if not every day. Um, I want to start paying down my debt,
Hmm.
which is like really hard when it's like three separate cards with three separate websites. Like I wish there was like a way to consolidate them without getting a consolidation loan. Um, like I really wish there was like some sort of like app or website I could just use to have all of my like debt in one place. Um, but like paying down my debt, um, so I can get it either manageable or completely paid off, other than like I do need to keep them open just in case. So like I would put like a subscription or two on each of them,
Hmm.
obviously the two, so I could keep them open and like, producing credit. One of them is to pay off my phone though. So like that eventually will be done. Um, and then I will never use it again unless I need, a new phone in the future, which hopefully will not be for quite a few years. What else? Um, I know I was gonna say the planner. Oh, I did so good, guys. I gave up Dr. Pepper for a whole like 8 days, and then this week happened.
Yeah,
But I haven't had a Mountain Dew in I think three weeks.
that is
Three
really
weeks.
good.
I haven't had a Mountain Dew in 3 weeks, and I've slowly been replacing Sprite at work, which I went from Dr. Pepper to Sprite with Peace Teas, which technically are still better for you than Sprite. They're still sugary, but they're less sugary, so I'm still making positive changes. Um, I'm trying really, really hard. I don't see myself going to just water like I used to be. I just like
It's so hard.
it's truly it feels like impossible, like
Yeah.
currently. Like maybe I'll get to that stage again, like, but I have to be really gentle with myself. I'm just like not in the place right now to be cruel to myself.
No.
Um, but like I'm gonna continue like trying to like sub out like peace teas when I can instead of pop, sticking with Sprite when I can, and obviously I need to up my water because I'm not drinking water right now, but I promise I'm going to get better with it. Like I really want to get back to like getting like 64 ounces a day, bare minimum. Like I know I can do it. I just have to get built up to it again. Um, so water, less pop, also less sweets eventually. Like I'd kind of like to like, you know, get less sweets. Um, like improve my eating without restricting is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I just can't do diets. I get too obsessive too quick. And with how my mindset is, I would latch onto that control like no other, and I would spiral really quick. So like I know myself well enough to know that I can't do that right now.
Yeah,
It's about
you
being
got
kind.
you got too much on your plate to worry about that as well.
Yeah, it's about being kind to myself right now, as kind as possible. Um, and continue with my room. I would like by the end of summer to have my room like back into tip-top shape. Which I think I can do. I think I can do it if I just kind of bite away at little bits every day.
I think you can too.
Um, and then I think that was really it. Oh, reading. I even if it's only the 15 minutes for the readathon from the public library, like I want to make it a habit, like every single day. Even if it's only 15 minutes or half an hour, like sitting down, not caring about how many books I get done, like just starting the habit of getting in the habit, starting the habit of getting into the habit of reading every single day. Um, yeah, because it should never be about how many,
No.
like, that's not how you would teach a kid. Like, I try to think of it like when you're teaching a kid to read, it's not about how many books they do, it's about how many words they learn, it's about how much time they spend learning to read. It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Exactly.
And I'm trying like I'm so competitive, and that's part of the problem is like I'm thinking of all the people who can, like I'm not talking just you. Like this is not just a you. It's literally even on like book talk and stuff. Like all these people of like, oh yeah, like I read like 3 books over the week, and I'm like, do you, like I need to know your like, and it's like no, you don't need to know the secret because everybody's lives is different.
Mhm.
Everybody's lives are different. You got to stop the competitive everything on them. You got to stop. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
And like, if it takes me 5 weeks to read one book, so be it. I'm still gonna fangirl about it at the end. Like, like, so like, I think that's the most of it. Like, it's small improvements that are supposed to help me be happier in the end, especially with all the stress. Also, help self-care is like something I really need to work on, but it's really hard to do. Like I need to get back into brushing my teeth every day like I was, and I know that's like common sense, guys. I'm aware, but depression's a bitch.
Yeah, it is.
Like I I was telling you guys at the beginning of the year, I went a month and a half every day. I did not miss a single day of brushing my teeth, and then I got COVID, and then grandpa's diagnosed, and then everything went to shit. I want to get back into at least that one habit of making sure every single day my teeth get brushed at least once. And like, I also have to figure out what to do with my hair because it's getting bad. Like, I feel like my hair texture is changing. I don't know if it can do that when you get older or if it's the shampoo I'm
It's
using.
probably the shampoo.
Like,
Does it feel
it's
like
just,
like brittle?
yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's definitely the shampoo. You need to change it up.
Like, it's bad. And like, even if it's dry when I go to sleep, I wake up and there's just like literally like a rat's nest in the back of my head. And it's
Yeah.
bad and painful.
I keep having to change my shampoo because like I have a very sensitive scalp.
Mhm.
So if I take a shower and then literally hours later my head is fucking irritated and itchy, I
Mhm.
gotta change the fucking shampoo. like
Mhm.
like right
Yep.
now it's getting to that point again. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is cuz like I'll have the same bottle cuz I'll buy like the big bottles.
Mhm.
So I'll be using the same stuff. It's not like I fucking got a new one and like the formula changed or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just like my scalp
Your
just
scalp
gets
has a
fucking
mind of its own.
over it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. To be fair though, I will admit I use 2 in 1, so
Okay, yeah, no, honey. Nay, nay.
Um, I used to use that famous one, that OXO. No, not that. That's a food company.
Olaplex?
No. They have like the weird squatty bottles. Um, give me a second here. Um, and then they got like a review against them, or like a lawsuit against them for using like formaldehyde or
Oh
something. And
shit.
like people were like, don't use this. And everyone's like, formaldehyde is like used in most shampoos, right? In some form. Like it's not enough to actually like affect you. Um, let's see. Shampoo brands that start with O, because I don't know what it start with an O. Because originally M bought it for me. This is back in like 2020 because they were like, I complimented their hair and they're like, "Oh, this is what I use." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll have to check that out." And they were like, "Oh, it's a little expensive." And I was like, "Then I probably won't." And then they bought it for me and I used it, and then I rebought it once and then it was like out of my price range. OGX. OGX.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I will send you a picture. And the one that they had me use is supposed to be like I think it's thickening. And my hair never looked better than when I was using the shampoo. Like I
Oh,
can show
I
you
see that.
pictures.
Yeah, no, no, no. I know that stuff because I used to use it
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like I think it was the Thick and Full biotin and collagen.
Yeah.
Um, it smells like a churro for one. It smells like churros. Um, and two, um, I really feel like it did make my hair the nicest that it looked. And then everybody's like, "Oh, but look at the ingredients." But like, here's the thing. I literally right now use Pantene. Can you imagine how
Ooh.
much shit is in that anyways?
Yeah, no. So if you hold on, is it cheaper?
I just need my hair not to look like so brittle because right now it really doesn't look that great. Like,
No,
let
Native's
me
more expensive, but it's a bigger bottle.
like let like cute picture, yes. I'm not gonna lie. The picture I'm sending you, yes, I took it because I thought it looked cute. But like you can tell how not great, and this is right after the shower. My hair looks.
Yeah. You know, you need to. 2-in-1's no good. So what I would
Um,
do,
it's like don't for one, don't use a two in
yeah,
one.
don't use a 2-in-1, but like there's cheaper alternatives that can still make your hair feel good.
Yeah, I
Um,
just
I
need to
would
like
also get a
do it.
leave-in conditioner
Oh yeah, I should do that.
to try to
I was
repair.
yeah. I was like gonna like say, do I need to like get a bonnet because like I don't want my hair to like get destroyed. I'm only
Girl,
31.
I'm almost there to that point too, because every time I wake up, because I sleep primarily on one side, the
Uh-huh.
one side of my hair is just fucking like
Destroyed.
destroyed. And I have short hair now, so it's like I can't fucking throw it up.
Well, let me see how much something is and maybe I'll get order one for both of us because I've also heard that what can help is silk pillow. Let's see how much a silk pillowcase. Why did I say it like that? Silk pillowcase. For skin and hair, it's also good for your skin. Silk pillowcases are really good for your skin. Um, well, it depends on what size body pillow. Like if you have a body pillow, it's actually cheaper than a normal pillow. Don't know why that logic is. None of my business. Um, this brand is $9.99 for a pillowcase. Not the cheapest I've seen, but if I cannot have my hair be destroyed every night, it's kind of worth it. And it comes in pink.
See, my bedroom is black.
They have black.
Ah, you
They have
said 9.
$9.99. The brand is Bedsure. If you want to look on Amazon, it's Bedsure.
Uh, Send me the link. Oh wait, now I see it.
Yes. You see it? Okay.
Is it? Yeah, I see it. Cause I need
They
a
have
king.
a king. I don't know what size pillow I have, honestly. I'll have to look it up. I need a new one anyways, but I get those from Kohl's. Mom and Cody get them for me because they get the discounts and shit. I can get pillows for cheap.
I
I don't buy full price pillows. That's for peasants. The color
Let's see.
selection's really nice. They
Yeah,
have
it is.
37. Ooh, that mood indigo is like a good color. I love that color. Mm.
It's a very pretty color.
Oh, I love it. It's what I wish my prom dress was colored instead of navy goddamn blue.
Okay, so I'm gonna buy this one for me because it's 11.99.
Yeah, once I know what size pillow I have, I'll order the same brand and I'll probably get pink. Yeah, because most of my bedding is pink. And it'll be really cool during the summer is the thing is that even in the dead of winter or in this dead of summer is what I meant, it's cold. Because
Yeah.
we used to have silk sheets. I know this sounds really freaking weird. When I was a kid, I had a pair of silk sheets that were my favorite during the summer. What kid has silk sheets? You might ask. Weird one.
Me.
Yeah, me. And they were like this really nice green, actually. They were like this really nice green color. Yeah, they're very nice during the summer. You're like enveloped in coolness. So we're gonna try that. We're both gonna try that. Also, being transparent, I don't use a brush. I use a comb.
No.
Um, because I used to lose so much hair in brushes and I got scared.
You're using the wrong kind of brush.
I don't know how to be a person.
No, it's okay. A comb's fine, honestly.
And it's not like close comb, like a guy's comb, like a 50s guy's comb.
Yeah.
No, it's like a detangling comb.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
I have heard good things about that unbrush.
I have it.
Yeah.
It's good. I got it for my dog. That sounds very weird. Okay, because my hair when I get out of the shower is not like tangly or anything, so like I didn't need it for myself, but I got it for B
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because she's a mess when I give her a bath. It works so
Uh-huh.
well. It gets her knocked out of her ears and stuff, so I don't have to cut them out.
Got you. Maybe I should buy it myself or ask for one for my birthday. But anyways, so yeah, guys, I just like I really need to work on like taking care of myself in all different like manners. It's really hard, honestly. Like it's not just mental health, it's honestly also my personality. Like I just focus on everybody but myself.
Yeah.
Caregiver. That's my it's my model. I am the caregiver. That is my placeholder. Is there anything that you can think of that you want to get rid of in the coming months?
Yes, my brother.
Well, valid. I understand why. Let's clarify that you do not mean to take him out by your own
I
means.
wish I could.
Oh,
Um, I'm gonna stop.
we should just totally stab Caesar.
I'm just gonna I'll be there for him, like support, like to talk to and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna go out of my way to help him anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Boundaries.
Because like I said, I desperately knew not to do it yesterday,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I fucking did it anyway.
Yeah.
Um, I have a lot of well, not a lot, but I need to just do it. I have this fucking curio cabinet full of my mom's stuff, and I just want to package it up and put it downstairs. Like
Hmm.
I don't need it.
Right.
Um, so I want to do that because like I miss my mom, yes,
Hmm.
but I didn't need her fucking curio cabinet full of all her goddamn trinkets. Like
Right.
constantly hitting my fucking thigh on it.
Like if like I get not wanting to get rid of all the stuff, like just wanting it out of the way.
Yeah,
But like if you wanted to like honor the space, you could always take a trinket or two that you don't absolutely like abhor the look of any like currently because you've looked at them for so long and like place them somewhere where they can have a space.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. Like that's how if I had anything physical, Dad did not really own anything other than his bike, which is in the garage. Um, like if I had anything of Dad's, like I would just give it a spot.
Yeah, instead of a whole
Uh,
goddamn
right,
curio cabinet.
right, right. Or
Um,
the 16 boxes of his clothing that are still downstairs.
yeah, I last year I went through my basement and just threw everything away that was
Mhm.
from her house because like why? Why do I need her wedding dress? She was a fucking toothpick.
Mhm.
Like I just
Right.
stuff is just stuff.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not like
true.
it's my mom.
Right. No, I get
So,
that.
um what else? What else? There's more stuff. I want to do more shit outside. Like I want to make my outside of my house look pretty.
Yeah,
Um
I think that's a very good goal.
I think that's it. Like just setting boundaries.
Yeah. I feel
Honestly,
like that.
not only with my brother, but like
Yeah,
my coworker and stuff. I know he doesn't take advantage of me, like,
right.
but I need to start like not being the person everybody goes to when they can't get a hold of him. Like he needs to be
Like
responsible.
sets. Yeah, he needs to like set some boundaries of his own and be like, guys,
Literally,
like
like
this is on me.
so. But yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
it.
How about anything from currently, like what you are doing that you want to continue?
Oh, I want to continue reading, of course.
You're
Like
like,
I said,
absolutely.
I'm taking my
Right,
fucking Kindle tomorrow. Like I don't care that it's Easter. I'm gonna fucking sit
right,
on my mother-in-law's couch and fucking read.
right. I just learned that books the like that one book series I was telling you about isn't on Kindle Unlimited and I was very sad.
I mean, I
Um
don't mind buying books.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying. Like if it comes down to it, like I will. I'm just trying not to. It's the One Dark Window,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
Shepherd
yeah.
King. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
saw
I'm
that it
like, "Oh,
wasn't.
come on." I was like I was really upset there for a second because I
I
was looking
wonder,
forward. What?
do the books change rotation?
To my knowledge, yes.
Fuck.
Because currently Divine Rivals is on Unlimited, but it wasn't before.
When do Kindle Unlimited books change? I read it.
Come on, Reddit.
Okay, I can also confirm that the book you checked out will stay in your library until you return it. It doesn't matter if they remove it from the collection. That's nice to fucking know.
That is nice.
You can take as long as you want to read an unlimited book. I've noticed Amazon taking books off the. Okay. Thanks. So, do you have any idea they add new
Like, do you?
books and switch it up every day?
Damn. So I just gotta check every day and
Books,
add it.
yeah, so books are in KU for 90 days at a time. Authors and publishers can keep them in KU, but they have to review every 90 days.
Oh.
what everybody
So
else
like,
is telling you is true, but with a caveat. If the book gets removed from KU and something happens to your device, it will result in you needing to re-download all your books again. You won't be able to download the books that have been removed.
mm,
I don't
damn.
I don't see a problem with that though.
Yeah, no. Um, but that's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm sure by the time I get a book done, it'll come back around. It's not a big deal. Um, but really fast, another little caveat, real fast. I know we need to wrap it up. I know. Um, I think we both realized what our big problem, I think, is with a lot of books, modern books, especially popular ones. We like plot.
Yes.
Here's the thing, I am not shaming anybody who wants to read nothing but smut. You know what? Let your freak flag fly. Good for you. Happy for you. We can't pretend that none of us had a fan fiction phase. Like, we can't pretend that we didn't look up lemons. Oh, yeah, if you'll remember what a lemon means. Uh huh. Yeah, we all had a phase. Okay? No shame here. However, for me, and I think I'm not trying to speak for you,
No,
but I
you're
think
fine.
you as well. Um, the plot is what makes the spice good.
Yeah, I like world building and character development and
And I will tell you right now that the one book that we got, Butcher and Blackbird,
mhm.
is going to be a struggle for us.
Oh, is it all just like
It's literally like it feels like up until like from what I'm seeing anyways, because I've flipped through it a couple times. Like 50-50. Like the first half is like banter and like kind of like a cat and mouse game. Like it's really good. And then it just devolves.
great?
Which like I'm sure we could get through it. Are we gonna necessarily enjoy it? Probably not as much as we could. Um, and I still want to read it because I like the idea of the plot.
Yeah.
Like two serial killers. Like I like that shit. That's fun. But yeah, it does feel from what I'm seeing, it kind of devolves as it goes. And I'm not saying that negatively. I'm not trying to say that negatively. I'm really trying to be kind because I don't want to seem like I'm like purity, signaling. Like I don't give a shit. Like if you just want to read smut from page 1 to 75, like 79, I don't care. That is on you. I don't care. It's just not for me.
Yeah, same.
Like it has nothing to do with purity. I
Like
swear.
like if it tells you guys anything, the three I just finished. The first one, nothing sexual fucking happened, right?
Hmm.
The second one, until like almost the end of the book, I think I'm like chapter 62 or something like that. They
Hmm.
finally do stuff, you know what I mean? But it's not
Yeah.
constant sex.
Right. And like, and I think there's another book series I'm gonna tell you about that I read back in the day before my reading slump. Okay. I'm
Okay.
I'm turning I'm turning the I'm giving you this secret. I've held this book series to my chest. The Celestial Blues trilogy by Vicky Pedersen is I loved it. Like I don't think that opinion has changed even though I haven't read it since like 2013, I think is when I last read it. Um or whenever the last book came out. It might have been 2014. Anyways, um
Don't mind me looking
it's
at it.
it's the lost, the taken, the something, forsaken or something. Has to do with a like fallen angel who happened to used to be a private investigator. Are you seeing why it caught my attention?
Yeah.
And what I loved about that series so much is that you have the build up to the relationship. Like there's banter, there's like conflict, and each book, I do believe, sticks with one sex scene per book. Literally. Most get more, obviously, the further you get in, the more scenes there are. I really remember each book only having one sex scene, if not maybe a second in the last book.
It's not on
But it,
Kindle.
oh my God, woman. Like, why? The author does this to me, I swear.
Yeah, it's not on Kindle.
Oh no. Damn. Damn it. But you see it. You seen it. You seen
Yes.
what it looks. And the main character is a rockabilly. Like she's part of the rockabilly subculture.
Mhm.
And she's also a journalist. It's a lot of good shit. There's a lot of good shit. There's some angst in the last book tore my freaking soul out of my body. I was sobbing on the way home.
Oh no.
It was when we were like, I finished, I think, on the 4th of July weekend, and we were driving home, and I remember sobbing because the ending, oh my God, it was so, the ending was just so perfect. It was like a perfect ending, but it was so bittersweet because there's like a final betrayal at the very like third act of the last book. Like this whole lead up to this whole book, from like the first time you meet the male main character, the fallen angel,
Mhm.
he has this whole subplot basically. And forgive me if I'm saying it wrong because it's been so long, but basically like he doesn't remember how he died. And there's whole subplot of him trying to figure it out. And like I'm not going to spoil it because I do want you to eventually read it, but in this literally the last act of the last book, you find out there's like this major betrayal in his past, and it just like ruins his, like he literally, his entire reality is just shattered.
My god, now I really want to read it.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Um, but yeah, so I was just saying that we have both figured out that like for us, we like our spice with some plot.
Mhm.
And
100%.
I think that kind of makes it a little bit difficult to find sometimes because like obviously young adult usually doesn't have any spice, which I don't need spice, but I guess I'm at the age where it's just kind of nice, I guess, like there's accumulation is what I meant to say. A Freudian slip there. There's like a solution, if you will. Um, but it's difficult finding the perfect balance, I think, in this day and age. But that's okay, because that just means you look harder and find better finds. Yeah, that's all. All right. I'm so sorry, dear.
No, you're okay.
I just know it's late. And well, I think you're tired, although you were saying you were going to stay up to make mini cheesecakes.
No, I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow. I
You're
am
probably going
tired,
to go to
yeah.
bed. Yeah. Um, oh, let's look up what next week is really fast. The one section we do have to remember to do next week is our 5 and 5 for the month of March.
5 and 1.
5 and 1. 5 and 1. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what it's called. That's what it's called. I know my own podcast totally. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. I have to scroll so far now. So much has happened. This year has been a whirl.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Lord. Okay. April is our most difficult, I guess, because it's very adult. It's our
It's the
finances
finance,
month.
yeah.
Our finance and mental health kind of focused month. Um, so the first week is impulsive and non-impulsive.
Which, for
So
anybody
base
that doesn't understand, Autumn is the non impulsive, and I am
no,
very much the impulsive.
I am not impulsive at all. It's a problem, honestly, how it's also indecisiveness. It's both. It's awful combination. But so that'll be next week's. And then after that we have finances, which actually could kind of be, useful to try to figure out my own finances, like I was
Yeah,
talking about. We could use that as a dropping off point, or jumping off point. What is that? The proper jumping off? Jumping off point?
I think so.
Launching point. Launching point. Anyways, a point. Um, and then we have seasonal finances, which
Ah,
that one's gross, yeah. We can pick something else if we
no,
want
no,
to,
we
'cause
can talk
that's
about it because man, do I have fucking opinions on that.
yeah. Like, why is winter so expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. And then for the fourth and final behind it is body mods and mental health, which is obviously a little different than the finance, but it does link in, obviously, because body mods cost money.
They are expensive.
They are expensive. Um, but yeah, so like settle in for March, April. My God. April. Settle in, guys. Hey, if you want to, like, it would be really cool if we all kind of got our finances in order, like, before the halfway point of the year. Like, I think that's a good goal for everybody.
I agree.
So like, yeah, so like, if you want to join us trying to like get, at least I know I'm in more financial dismay than Amy is. I think Amy's got her shit together a little bit more than I do financially.
It's only because
A little
I. It's only because we have two incomes.
fair, fair.
Because it wasn't always
Uh,
like this.
fair. Yes. And I'm supposed to supposedly get a raise, like, the 2 cents they give you in retail. Supposedly. We'll see. Supposedly I'm supposed to have one coming up. So that might actually fall in April. How ironic. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop talking because my God, I can just make a conversation out of nothing. Um, as always, I am Firefly, aka Autumn,
I am Moxie, aka Amy.
and this has been Behind the Archives. Um, be safe out there, guys. It's a crazy world.
Read some books.
Read some books. Um, yeah, read books.
Okay, bye.
Bye.